Good morning from Turkey, and if you're wondering why I have my hoodie on, it's really cold. We survived a 10 or 9 degree night in a tent, and this is not what I expected a summer holiday to be. I kind of miss Perth because at the moment it's like 30s there, low to mid 30s, and that is what summer is all about. But apparently in Victoria, maybe summer starts a bit later, or maybe when the western end is having good weather, the eastern end is having not so good weather. Turkey is the start of the Great Ocean Road. We will be exploring the Great Ocean Road in 48 hours. With the weather turning unexpectedly cold, I'm so glad I brought my hoodie, jumper, whatever, and a pair of pants. These are spring pants or summer pants. They're quite thin, so I'm still a bit cold in them, but I'm glad I did. I might buy a beanie because if we are going to explore the Great Ocean Road, it's going to be really cold. The wind will be coming from the ocean. And it's also raining a bit. Here's to hoping it's gonna get warmer, but according to the weather forecast, it's not gonna go beyond 20. But hopefully the sun comes out and we can bask in its warm glory. But first, coffee is in order, and breakfast too. So now we are on the hunt for beanies and other warm clothing because it is very cold. How much did we spend? We spent a total of $39.85. That's good. So the
beanies for $10 each.
Beanies for $10 each, and your jacket is 20 bucks. That's good. That doesn't look too shabby for $10. We were walking around the shop trying to look for like beanies on the shelves, but we couldn't find any, and so I asked the lady and she said there was some in the markdown bin. So this is $10. Original price was like $19 or $20, so good steal. And everyone has expected it to be summer already, so it's not just us who are caught off guard. Turkey is the start of the Great Ocean Road and is actually home to surf brands like Rip Curl and Billabong. So our first destination for today is going to be Bells Beach, where the surfing competitions are held. I'm not sure if it's every year, but it's around Easter time. There are also other things to do in Turkey, like go shopping at the surf brands, and there's also an Australian surfing museum. So if you're keen on museums, then you can perhaps go visit that in Turkey. But for us, we are off to explore the Great Ocean Road in this really cold weather. I would like to say that, like, you know, Turkey is the surfing capital of Victoria, but it's funny saying that because of what you're wearing right now. Walking down to Bells Beach now, and I can see there's a couple of surfers. Well, not a couple, there's a whole group of them. And the waves look... Am I gonna sound weird saying this? What? The waves look gnarly. Next up, we are in the town of Anglesey, and we've stopped at Point Road 9. It looks like it's a beautiful cove. The waves are not as strong as Bell's Beach, and it's got some pretty nice cliffs. Oh, and the sun's coming out. Nice. So we've made a quick pit stop to, I'm not really sure how to say it, but I think it's Urquhart Bluff. So it's just beach and cliffs. Beautiful. And I just realized that we are on the bottom of Australia. Eastern edge. So we are at the Eagle Marine Sanctuary Lookout. This wasn't part of our plan, but we just saw it and wanted to have a look. I know it's repetitive that we are just looking at beaches and rocks and cliffs, but man, I miss this site. We've been driving inland for the first leg of our journey, and I do miss the sight of the ocean and water. So I'm having so much fun. Are you?
Yeah.
That's good. Yay! So the next stop we're going to is the Split Point Lighthouse. So there's a couple lookouts from the Split Point Lighthouse, and that was the first one, and now we're headed to the next couple ones. It's very windy now. We are once again at the bottom of Australia and the sun's coming out. I don't have my beanie and I don't even know if you can hear me, but the view is beautiful.
That was 29 million years ago.
Okay. Hello, how's your day today? Oh, was it good? That's good to hear. So we've come to the Lawn Visitor Center and we saw these wonderful parrots that kind of just popped onto Graham's shoulder with their sharp claws. So we're just gonna run away from them. So for any of you who are are wondering and are curious, how did the Great Ocean Road came to be? So what happened was, after the First World War, there was a lot of concern about rural roads in the state of Victoria. And there was also concern about the returning soldiers from the First World War. So Howard Hitchcock had this great idea to make a Great Ocean Road, a road following along the coastline to connect Cape Otway to Lorne up to Warrnambool. And so what they did was they raised some funds to build this Great Ocean Road and employ the returning soldiers from World War I. They also wanted to charge toll fees for those who were driving through the road to make up for the costs of building this road. It took them 13 years to build the whole thing from Cape Otway down to Warrnambool. And around the 1930s, the Great Ocean Road Trust Group handed over the road to the Country Roads Board and they stopped taking the toll fee. So that's why now we can drive freely through the Great Ocean Road. That was a very quick explanation of the history of the Great Ocean Road. If you want to learn more about that and want to drive through the Great Ocean Road, you can stop by the town of Lorne and go to the visitor center, and that's where the history of the Great Ocean Road is being displayed. So now the next stop that we are going to on this beautiful road trip is the Erskine Falls. I'm not sure if you say Erskine or Erskine Falls, but it's like 10 kilometers from where we are, and the weather is looking up at the moment. The sun is peaking and it's getting a bit warmer, so I'm not in my beanie and my jumper anymore, and I think that's a good thing. Alright, let's go! Pardon the hair. But as soon as we got into the town of Lorne, we stopped by at the supermarket and bought some cold meats, cheese and sliced bread to have for lunch. So we're gonna have lunch now. We got all these tags. That's all we bought. So we bought Twiggy sticks, the mild ones. We got roast turkey breast, roast beef, tasty cheese slices, and Jarlsberg cheese, and my battery's dying. So that was Teddy's Lookout. Probably very good location for whale watching. Although you might be a bit far, but you have a vantage point. we have arrived at Apollo Bay and I'm back in my winter gear. It is really stormy and windy out there, so we have checked into our caravan park for tonight, and just like the other nights of this trip, we are going to be staying in a tent. The problem is it's very, very windy. We have set up a tent out there, and as you can see, oh my gosh. So I've moved the car and that's where the tent is now. That's like the back of the tent. Because when I was like just vlogging a bit earlier, I could see that the wind was like going to that side. So we moved the car so that the car will be protecting the tent from the wind going in that direction. But anyway, that's the end of the first 24 hours of exploring the Great Ocean Road, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and I shall see you on Wednesday.